Welcome back everyone to the Bomber League Garage Vlog. It's been a while since we last sat here and worked on the bike, talked to you guys. But yeah, back in January I had a surgery, got rid of some bad stuff. So after recovering from the surgery, after about 2 to 3 weeks, I was lucky enough to catch the flu. So that was like the worst part, not recovering from the surgery, but having the flu for like 4 weeks. So on today's episode though, we're gonna talk about brakes and brake rotors and why they're important. The main reason why we ride motorcycles, or at least sport bikes, is the feeling of the freedom when you're out riding, both on the track or on the roads. So you use the throttle to gain speed, but you have to do something else to get down to speed too, and that's where these bad boys come into play, of course. Brakes are literally the most important thing you have on your bike after, of course, the engine, which makes you go forward. Then you need the brakes to stop. But having good, well-maintained brakes is the most important thing you can have on your bike. So that's what we're gonna cover today. The brakes on today's bikes are very, very efficient. If you take a look back 20 years ago, comparing to today, it's like night and day. We are light years in development when it comes to stopping power. And if you have an older bike and you're feeling that it's not stopping the way I want it to stop, maybe you should start looking up why it's like that. If you're not having the best feeling when you're braking, the first thing you should look up is the brake fluid. Is it fresh? Is it dark brownish? Replace it immediately. Number 2, is your master cylinder feeling well? And the third thing you should look up is your brake pads. Are they fresh or are they starting to wear down? So you need to replace them. Number 4, are your brake lines looking good? Should you replace them? Are you still having the OEMs? Like if you have a bike that's 10, 15, 20 years old and you still have the OEM brake lines, it's like a suicide mission. Replace them immediately. Get braided brake lines. They give you so much better feeling and they won't expand. When you're braking, you're putting a lot of heat into the brake discs, the brake pads, which then transfers all that heat into the brake fluid. And when that brake fluid gets warmer, it starts to expand. And if you have the OEM like rubber brake lines, those are too gonna expand and you're gonna get that fading feeling. If you have braided lines, those won't expand and you will certainly not feel any fading. And if you're feeling that it's fading, it's probably because of your master cylinder or your brake pads or the discs that causing that. And the fifth thing to look up is these. Are they in good shape? Is the thickness the right size? Or are they going below the minimum specified measurements? If that's the case, then it's time to replace them. And that's what we are gonna look at right now. So in front of us here, we have the old rotors that were on the turbo bike. Been having these for 4 years now, and they are from ARASHI. Fully floating brake discs, that's why they are like, you hear that rattling noise here. The rear rotor is actually stock. You rarely use the rear brake. I don't even use them while I'm doing wheelies. I know it's a bad habit, but I haven't flipped yet and I've been riding now for 8 years. So luck is on my side, but these have been treating me very, very well. It was such an easy choice to contact ARASHI and ask them if they wanted to support this project, because I've been so satisfied with the performance of these rotors that I wanted to use them again. They were very humbled by my email and of course wanted to sponsor me with some new brake rotors, but also some adjustable rear sets. I'm gonna cover these in a future episode because I can't actually mount them right now. I can only mount the back plates here because I don't have the engine in the frame and I don't have the rear brake caliper mounted right now. So we're gonna keep a separate video for the rear sets. I'm gonna put these away right now. But yeah, 4 years of hard abuse. I've been using these mainly for road use. I don't think I've been at a track day yet with these, but these perform so much better than the K5's OEM discs, and they look sick with these wavy discs. So I asked them to hook me up with a set of new wave discs, and here's what I got. Take this one away. I've actually cheated a little bit here. They don't actually send them just like this without no protection, but since I'm filming this with one hand, I thought it was easier for me to just take them out. But of course they are protected in foam and bubble wrap. So I actually got a wavy rear disc rotor. I got a wavy rear rotor. Gonna look super sick. We're gonna mount these later, of course. So looking at this ARASHI rear disc compared to the kind of boring, just simple circular OEM rear disc from Suzuki, this will not only be a performance upgrade, but also a visual upgrade, of course. Very nice aesthetics on this one. But like I said, I don't use the rear brake that often, but it was time to change this one. Like, it doesn't look very well. You always get rust if you don't ride the bike, of course. So I just wanted a new rear rotor, and they were of course covering me with that one, so I'm very thankful for that. And looking over here, we have the new front discs, or the front rotors. I'm gonna put this one to the side here. Oh, they're so shiny. Like, look at the difference. Old versus new. Whoa. I really love the gold color on this one. I actually wanted black, but the gold or black doesn't really matter. They look so good. These are made out of stainless steel, of course. They're also coated with carbon, so you can get these kind of marks after a while if you, of course, use the brakes, which you will do every time you come to a stop. So this is nothing bad. I've actually measured these and they are still in spec, so I can still use them. I'm gonna put them aside, use them as a spare set of rotors. And same thing with this one, in case of an accident, or if I get another set of wheels over here. But yeah, I'm definitely not gonna throw these away. These are perfectly fine, but always nice to have fresh new stuff on your bike. So what about these rotors then? Why am I using them? Well, of course, first and foremost, these are very affordable, and they're an upgrade to your standard brakes that you have on your bike today. If you have a sport bike that you paid over $15,000 for in the last 3, 4, 5 years, you're probably gonna have a leading brand on the front rotors, and you don't need to switch them out because those are very efficient too. So, but if you have an older bike and you want to upgrade the stopping power and the feel of it, definitely give these one a go. These are made in China. ARASHI is a Chinese company. Many people will say, oh, they're made in China, it's a piece of junk, I will never put this on my bike ever, ever, ever. I don't want to even do it if I get paid for it, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is that Arashi is actually developing their own brake discs. They've been in the industry since '91. The company was started in 2006. They test their brakes at the Shanghai International Racing Circuit, and they have various diplomas and verifications that they are a certified company, quality checking all their products that they're producing. So if you're on a tight budget and you want to upgrade your brakes, a set of these will cost you around $200. From a bigger brand that you're probably familiar with, you cannot even get one rotor for the same price as a whole set of these Arashi rotors. And riding on the roads, you will not feel any difference at all. I ride my bikes very, very hard, and I don't feel any difference at all braking hard with these brake discs compared to modern bikes with like rotors that's retailing for about $800 probably. Like I said, I can't remember if I tried these brakes on a track day, but I'm gonna speak for myself. And if you're a track beginner or like a middle tier B group kind of riding style, where you have that type of speed in you, I'm sure this will work great. But if you're on the top tier riders, I cannot answer how these will perform under heavy braking situations all the time, every lap. So I'm just gonna speak for myself. Like I said, I've had these for 4 years. 1 year when the K5 was standard, and 3 years with the turbo on it, and they work exceptionally good. And for the price that you're paying for a whole set of brake discs, or if you want to add this one too, they are unmatched in performance, I can tell you that. That's why I wanted to stick with these and continue supporting this great brand. So as far as the price for a whole set of rotors compared to other brands, these are unmatched in performance, and I wouldn't say that if I wasn't satisfied with these, because otherwise I wouldn't even get these in the first place. But yeah, enough about this now. If you want to upgrade your brakes, give Arashi a try. And if you're looking on eBay or anything like that, you will see that many have the same type of design. But as long as it says Arashi, you know you're safe, you know you're buying good quality stuff, and you're buying something that will save your life in a bad situation. If it doesn't have the Arashi logo, click back, look it up again. You can search for your bike model and just add Arashi brakes or Arashi brake discs, whatever. I'm gonna link the official website down below in the description, but also they have official retailers on eBay. Only buy from those. And like I said, if it doesn't mention Arashi, it's a knockoff. Don't buy it. You can get like brake discs. I've heard this a couple of times. You can get brake discs that actually crack, and you never want to crack your brakes while braking hard. So just make sure it's from Arashi and you'll be good to go. Now we're gonna go over here. We're gonna take these discs and mount them on here. No, one thing I want to mention too. You can see rims on eBay for like $100, $200, $300. And I was skeptical in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, actually. And I've seen people that are very, very skeptical to these Chinese-made wheels, and I understand why. But a fun fact here is that when I took these apart last autumn. This was actually this is an ARASHI front rim. I'm gonna see if I can show you guys here. Yeah, here, ARASHI. So like when I saw this, it's so stupid because it's always been there, of course. But when I was sanding down the rim, I noticed that it said ARASHI, and I stopped hesitating from that second I saw that print. Because this front wheel has been through so much abuse throughout the years. If you watched all our videos or if you've ridden with me, you know I love to pop them wheelies. And you know, if these wheels, ARASHI front wheels, will survive 5 years with me behind the bars, they will be very, very good for you too. So whenever I see people talking down on like people asking if they should buy like cheap wheels on eBay, and people like no way, never do that, you will kill yourself, they will crack, blah blah blah. This is an NK rear wheel, very good, but considering what this wheel has been through, whenever I see someone not recommending ARASHI wheels just because they're cheap and made in China, I always send them a picture of this. These are very, very good quality, I'll tell you that. Enough talking now about all this stuff. We're gonna mount these, of course, now. We're gonna mount the front rotors on the front wheel and the rear rotor on the rear wheel, of course. Then we're gonna mount it on the bike, and then you see the final result. So let's go. So yeah, let's get it started here right now. We have all the bolts here. Whoops. Don't want to mix the shims up here. Oh, under here is something that I'm gonna show you in the next vlog. And over there is something that I'm also gonna talk about in the next vlog. I screwed up, but yeah. Enough about my mistakes. Let's take these, go over here and check if this is the right size here. No, it wasn't. Good. So, what do you want to do when you're mounting disc bolts is when you remove them, you want to clean up the thread, because it's always thread lock on these. They might look a little bit dirty here, but I don't care at all. As long as the threads are clean, I'm good. I'm gonna take some simple thread lock here. Place it there. Then we'll take this rotor here. I'm gonna adjust the camera just a little bit. Getting a very bad angle here. Place it down here. Are you serious? That looks better. So yeah, align the holes. Push it down like that. Looks good. I actually screwed up when I was masking these for the paint. I forgot to mask around the center here, so I had to grind some paint off, otherwise these wouldn't fit. So they should, if you have like the center paint, you could just like pop off the OEM rotors and just put these back on. But now I had to push a little, nothing bad about that. Take the thread lock, has some air in here, boom. And then you just want to take one strip thread lock. Take it down here. I'm gonna mount these by hand so that they can align better later, but I'm gonna just put them down like that. Take the next one. I'm shaking. Need to grab some lunch. Fill up my sugar levels. Let's fast forward, should we? Pretty sweet result, right? Very stoked about this one. Thank you so much, ARASHI, for hooking me up with these brake rotors and also the rear sets that we're gonna cover in a future episode. Next week, we're gonna look at the engine, we're gonna assemble it, put it in the frame, talk a little about the plans around that one. But thanks for watching. I know it's been a long time, but it's all gone now. I'm better. I'm gonna start doing these weekly episodes again until the bike's finished, and then we can finally start producing some material for our upcoming montages. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this one up now. See you guys next week. Peace.